Hi friends, my name is Chaitanya Patke and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to review the match which occurred between Afghanistan and Bangladesh at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Afghanistan won this game by 7 wickets. Although everything seemed lost, Najibullah Chadran played the best innings of his life, I would say, and snatched victory out of the jaws of defeat for Afghanistan. On the other hand, Bangladesh would be pretty disappointed despite the fact they posted only 127 in their first innings. They came really close until Najibullah Chadran had other plans. Afghanistan in this game showed why they are the most dangerous T20 side currently in the Asia Cup, and it will be foolish to write them off. As I had said in my preview video, that Afghanistan will going to be starting as favorites, and they have proven themselves to be the giant killers and are no longer minnows in world cricket. As you know that after the T20 World Cup in 2021, they have only played against Ireland and Zimbabwe, so they haven't played against a mainstream test nation. So qualifying to the Super 4 stage makes their achievement even more significant, and Afghan cricket is in the right direction, I would say. Bangladesh won the toss and chose to bat first. The wicket was like a typical Sharjah wicket, too paced. There was something from the bowlers, but the way Afghanistan bowlers exploited the top order of Bangladesh was mind-boggling. And what was even more mind-boggling was the fact that the Bangladesh batsmen were unable to read the finger spinners from the hand. That is a terrible, terrible sign. And once you start reading the delivery of the pitch, it takes away precious seconds from you, and you are always playing catch up because the delivery comes at you at such a pace that you are in two minds whether to play it, whether to left it, or whether to play any shots. So that is a basic elementary mistake which they make, and I'm sure the batting coach should work on it because this is a schoolboy error, I would say, not picking the ball from the hands. Because the Asian batsmen, as we know, are well equipped to play spin. So this was very surprising for me, although I would also like to give credit to the Afghanistan bowlers because the immaculate line and length they bowled stump to stump, never gave any freebies to the batsman. So it added the pressure, and yes, after a late flurry from Mosaddek Hussain, who scored 48, Bangladesh were nowhere near in the game. Although they tried hard with the ball, but it wasn't meant to be for them. They finished with 127 for 7 in their allotted 20 overs. Mohammad Naeem Sheikh was LBW to Mujibur Rahman, and what an excellent spell it was. He took 3 wickets in the power play. Excellent control, excellent variation, and his bounce, the length that he bowls, it's very difficult for batsmen to get away. They are often in two minds whether to go for the shot, or most of all they defend. And when the increasing number of balls catches up and plays havoc with the opener's mind, as we know that during the first 6 overs they have to maximize the power plays anyways. So that added pressure plays games with your minds, and yes, with that added defect of not picking up the ball from the hand, all you get is a recipe for disaster. That's exactly what Bangladesh suffered. Mohammad Naim Sheikh scored 6 of 8 deliveries, LBW to Mujib. Anamul Haq's poor form continues. He isn't in form for the last 3 months, and Bangladesh management have to look beyond him. If he doesn't perform in the next game against Sri Lanka, he scored 5 of 14 deliveries. Shakib Al Hasan played a very immature shot because he is a player of the highest caliber in Bangladesh. He's one of the best all-rounders in the world, and Bangladesh needed someone to steady the ship. Unfortunately, he couldn't do that. That was a nothing shot, and I'm sure he must have been repenting after watching the replays. Shakib Al Hasan was bowled to Mujibur Rahman. He scored 11 of 9 deliveries. He hit 2 boundaries of Naveen Ul Haq. And Shakib looked very good, so he would be disappointed with that dismissal. Mushfiqur Rahim was out for just a solitary run. LBW to Rashid Khan, of course, didn't pick up the googly from the hand. It was also shocking that he's Bangladesh's second most experienced batsman and still doesn't know how to counter spin. So warning signs there for Bangladesh. Afif Hussain, the newly anointed vice captain, scored 12 of 15 deliveries, which included a Mahmudullah Riyad was played bowled by Rashid Khan, played a very tepid innings, 25 of 27 deliveries, which proved out to be detrimental for his side in the longer run. Mosaddek Hussain played very, very well. He played the angles brilliantly. He just scored a bulk of his runs when the third man was inside the circle, but it is also another skill to place the ball there between the gap, and he did that perfectly well. Four boundaries and a six. He scored 48 of 31 deliveries. Mehdi Hassan. You have to remember that there are two Mehdi Hassan. One is the Mehdi Hassan Miraj, who also plays in the test, and this is Mehdi Hassan, the off spinner. He scored 14 of 12 deliveries, some much needed runs. He was leg before he was, beg your pardon, run out by Rehmanullah Gurbaz in the last over. So Bangladesh managed 127, but with the kind of bowling attack and the pitch that was suiting the bowlers, Bangladesh had enough, I guess, and there were pretty relaxed faces in the dressing room in the final over. They at least knew that they can make a match of it, and they did so. For Afghanistan, Fazal Haq Farooqi went wicketless this match. He gave away 25 runs in 4 deliveries. Mujibur Rahman was the standout, 4 overs, 16 runs, 3 deliveries. Naveen Ulak was the most expensive. Shakib targeted him in the second over, and after that, Mosaddiq Hussain also took a liking to him. This was the pitch where spinners called the shots. So, unfortunately, in my opinion, he needed to just contain the batsman, which he couldn't do because he earned in line and length. He gave away 31 runs in 4 overs. Rashid Khan once again proving his class. We know his ability, we don't doubt his talent. But it is very difficult to consistently perform day in and day out, despite being under constant scrutiny. But he did that well. In 4 overs, he took 3 wickets by giving away just 22 runs, going at less than 6 per over. Mohammad Nabi, the skipper, also did the containing job. In 3 overs, he gave away 23 runs, and Omar Zai bowled a solitary over. He gave away 7 runs. Afghanistan needed 128 for victory. Hazratullah Jazai struggled in this game because the Bangladeshi spinners choked him, I would say. That is the appropriate word. In 26 deliveries, he scored just 23 runs with 3 boundaries. It was in stark contrast to the free flowing hitting he displayed against Sri Lanka some days back. But that is cricket. Rehmanullah Gurbaz failed this game to set the stage on fire. He scored 11 of 18 deliveries. He was LBW to Shakib Al Hasan, who once again gave him no room. And with experience, he bought that wicket, I would say. So, pretty smart thinking from Shakib. Ibrahim Zadran, the batsman, came in at number 3. First tried to stabilize the innings. That might be the reason that his strike rate was pretty less. Although he would have liked to up the tempo, but he got out at the wrong moment for Afghanistan. He scored 42 of 41 deliveries, which included 4 boundaries. Captain Mohammad Nabi was out for 8 of 9 deliveries. He also hit a single boundary of Mohammad Saifuddin. The return bowling of Mohammad Saifuddin is a very positive sign for Bangladesh, as we know that he is a talented all-rounder, and Bangladesh desperately missed him because he provides a balance to the side. And I would particularly classify him as a bowling all-rounder because he can bowl the Yorkers at will. And although it will be a little harsh to judge him on the basis of his current form, his class is undoubted, and I am sure this wicket must have boosted his confidence. And then came Najibullah Zadran. What an innings it was! It was, in my estimation, one of the greatest innings ever in Asia Cup. In 17 deliveries, he smashed 43 runs. Can you believe it? With a single boundary and 6 magnificent sixes. That brings his total runs to 40 in terms of only boundaries. 6 sixes is not an easy thing to do. And when he came, that asking rate was touching 9.2 to 9.5. So this made his task even more difficult. Bangladeshi spinners had a grip on the Afghanistan innings, even though Ibrahim Zadran was trying to break free, he couldn't. But he showed his talent once again. One striking aspect of Zadran's batting is that he hits straight, and when it is in the park, he also slogs it pretty well over mid wicket. Some of the shots were absolutely magnificent, and his range is from mid wicket to mid on area, and he played to that perfectly well. He has raw power, which always helps in this format. And just Bangladesh were looking that they were going to get away with the game, but Najibullah Zadran, beg your pardon, had other plans. And yes, now Afghanistan has qualified for the Super 4 stage just due to the brilliance of Zadran. And this will put a lot of bowlers spotlight on him, lot of teams spotlight on him, but he deserved it, as we know that he started to play for Afghanistan way back in 2012 as a 19-year-old, but I think this is his moment of reckoning. And yes, only sky is the limit from now on, because as I said a few moments back, his power is unquestionable. Just if he manages to curb his instincts when required in appropriate moments, so that will be fine. But this game 100 on 100 for him. Shakib Al Hasan's analysis were the best for Bangladesh. He gave away just 13 runs in 4 overs and took the wicket of Rahmanullah Gurbaz. Once again, his all experience came into play. Mustafizur Rahman was expensive by his own standards. He didn't even complete the quota of 4 overs. That's why he's in 3 overs he gave away 30 runs. Not expected from him. At least he should have played a containing role with his cutters. But I think Zadran took a liking to him, and it wasn't to be. Bad day in the office for Mustafizur. Mehdi Hassan also was very economical, although he was unlucky to not get a wicket. In 4 overs he gave away 26 runs. Mosaddiq Hussain in 2.3 overs, he was the best Bangladeshi player, gave away 12 runs and took 1 wicket in addition to the 48 runs. So that will do his confidence a world of good, and it will provide a much needed impetus for Bangladesh lower down the order, as we know that their top order is struggling for quite a while. Mohammad Saifuddin in 2 overs, he was expensive, but he took 1 wicket. So his fitness is subjected to constant scrutiny, and it will be interesting to see if he bowls 4 overs against Sri Lanka. Taskin Ahmed gave away 22 runs in 3 overs. He also went wicketless. So it was Afghanistan's day, and they are quite a side. Most of the people were predicting that India and Pakistan will play the final, but it will be pretty stupid, I would say, to sleep on Afghanistan. They have world-class power hitters. They have world-class spinners. Their fast bowling is holding pretty good. With Fazal Haq Farooqi, only concern is the form of Naveen Ul Haq, who has been expensive in couple of matches. But yes, all in all, Afghanistan looking very strong. First team to qualify for the top 4. Now it will be a shootout between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka to decide which team will progress from the group along with Afghanistan. So yes, Afghanistan looking very dangerous, and it will be interesting to see how they fare up against the likes of India and Pakistan in the Super 4 stages. So how did you like my analysis of this match? Please tell in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon for further notifications. We'll meet in the next video. Till then friends, everyone, bye.